Hello everyone, I'm the Sports Wiz 101 and today I'll be giving you my predictions for week number 17 of the NFL season. So I'll be predicting all of these games set to take place in week number 17. We're coming off a week last week. It was a pretty good week for our predictions where we went 12-4. We'll look to keep bouncing off of that. So let's get started as we usually do in the AFC, where my Kansas City Chiefs are hosting the Denver Broncos. Denver looking for their first win over the Chiefs since 2015, since Peyton Manning was their quarterback. They have a new head coach as they fired Nathaniel Hackett just this past Monday. But even then, I just don't see it happening at all, giving my Chiefs to keep their win streak over Denver going. Next up, Jaguars and Texans. I'm actually considering this my upset of the week. Give me Houston. They have been impressive the last few weeks. I mean, they pushed the Cowboys to the edge. They pushed the Chiefs to overtime. And then last week, they were able to finally get a win, this time over the Titans. And this is a Jaguars team that they're playing that sure has been playing some good football as of late as well, but also a Jaguars team that they've kind of had their number as of late. I mean, Houston beat them earlier this year, and I believe they swept them last year. So that leads me to think Houston kind of has Jacksonville's number, and that continues this Sunday. Skipping the primetime games, we head down to Miami, New England. This one's interesting to me because I think who I pick kind of depends on who the quarterback is. Like, if Tua plays, I'm picking Miami. Simple as that. But, well, it sounds like it's kind of uncertain if Tua's going to play at this point or not. So, I'm going to say that if the Dolphins play like Teddy Bridgewater or any of the other backup quarterbacks, then this is going to be a game New England wins. And that's why I'm going to predict New England beats Miami thanks to struggles from, say, Teddy Bridgewater. Moving on, let's head to Browns and Commanders, which this is kind of like Miami, New England, in that news about the starting quarterback is kind of making me think differently, because the Commanders have announced that Carson Wentz is going to be starting this game. Now, on paper, Wentz is a more talented quarterback than Taylor Heinicke. However, it does seem as though when pressure gets put on Carson Wentz, he typically fails to deliver. And here, he's being put under pressure to put the Commanders into the playoffs. And let's face it, Cleveland, as much hate as they're going to give for the obvious of employing Deshaun Watson, they're not a bad football team. They may be eliminated from the playoffs, but they're not a bad team. I think Cleveland's at least good enough to take advantage of any errant throws Carson Wentz delivers. And I'm going to give the Browns an upset win here. Next up, it's the Colts and the Giants. New York is in a win and you're in scenario for the playoffs. Can they lock up a wild card this week? I think they do. They'll have to beat the Colts, which might be as simple as play your best team in the fourth quarter, seeing how bad Indy is in the fourth quarter. But give me the Giants in that one. They lock up a playoff spot this week. 49ers, Raiders, a former Battle of the Bay Area. Here, I like the 49ers. I think the Raiders are kind of falling off the tracks a bit, so to speak. So, and the 49ers seem to be playing their best football at a great time. Give me San Francisco right there. Jets, Seahawks, this one is a bit interesting. Seattle usually pretty good at home. That 12th man that they have usually shows out for these games. And to me, these teams are kind of mirror images of each other. Teams that were pleasant surprises early on in the year, only to have collapsed late in the year and put their playoff hopes in jeopardy. So really you could say the Jets are the AFC version of the Seahawks, or you could say the Seahawks are the NFC version of the Jets. Either way, with this I gotta go with the home team. Give me Seattle. Rams-Chargers, the battle for LA. This was originally the Sunday Night Football game, but just based on how bad the Rams have been, this has been flexed out. I mean, throw away last game where they dominated Denver. Rams have typically not been that good this year. And I think that continues as they lose on the road, technically on the road, against the Chargers. NFC. This next one is huge. Panthers and Buccaneers could be with the NFC South title on the line. If the Bucs win this game, they will be the NFC South champions. If they lose, Carolina gets put in the driver's seat. Here, I'm going to take Tampa Bay. I'm just not going to bet against Tom Brady in a high-pressure type of scenario like this one. Give me Tampa Bay. Cardinals-Falcons taking place in Atlanta. I've got a feeling that Atlanta will be able to control this game from the start. Might be a lower scoring game, like a 20-13 type of affair, but give me Atlanta to get the home win over the Cardinals. Bears-Lions in Detroit. The Lions trying to keep going in the playoff hunt after a shocking loss to the Panthers last week. I think they keep it going against the league's worst run defense. Give me Detroit. Saints-Eagles. If Philadelphia wins this game, they not only win the East, they get home field throughout the NFC playoffs. And I like them to do it against a lackluster Saints team. Give me the Eagles. And now this next one's very interesting. Vikings, Packers, Lambeau Field, Green Bay on fire as of right now. Trying to work their way back into the playoffs, and it very well could be win out and you get in. Here I like Green Bay to pull off a win against the Cardiac Vikings. Maybe want to being the first one-score game the Vikings actually lose this year, but I find the game interesting. I still like the Packers, a team that's on fire, to keep winning, especially at home against a division rival. Now looking onwards, here's Sunday Night Football with Steelers-Ravens. This one could be very inexplicably close. Still weighing the return of Lamar Jackson. Not sure if it's going to happen on Sunday or not. But no matter, I still think Baltimore wins that game. And then you have the Bills traveling to Cincinnati on Monday Night Football. This is huge. I mean, you take a look at the home field race. Buffalo currently controls it if they went out there getting home field throughout the playoffs. If they slip up, though, Kansas City gets put in the driver's seat. And then if the Chiefs slip up, the Bengals are in the driver's seat. So, plenty of different ways for this to go. But here, I like Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati to beat a Bills team that I think this will be a good quality game. Let's just face it. But Cincinnati, I think their offense will be rolling. I think Josh Allen will have one too many turnovers in this game, and that leads to Cincinnati getting the win. Last prediction for us is the Cowboys-Titans game. And as weird as it is to say about a team that is in the playoff hunt this late into the season, I got a team losing this as my lock of the week. I got the Cowboys. Now, maybe the Titans are able to run the ball down the Cowboys' throat. But even then, their passing attack is just too weak for me to even consider them to beat the Cowboys. So give me Dallas in a lock of the week. So there you go. There's my picks for week number 17 of the NFL season. If you like this, please like and subscribe for more to come in the following weeks. I've been the Sports Wiz 101, and I will see you all later.